Hey guys, it's another episode of Not Another Podcast.
Live from inside the half-built building next to my house. It's Not Another Podcast. Sitting across from me, trying to figure out how all these power equipment works, is Mr. Jordan Gasparotto.
And sitting across from me, trying to sell me paranormal expertise, it's Mr. Jacob Bella. You'll get that once we talk about the movie. But anyway, how's it going, man?
Early spoilers.
I thought that was the joke you were making.
No, it wasn't. But I'll
That
figure
was
it out.
That was a very lucky coincidence.
Very lucky coincidence. Maybe it's in my head. Maybe that's what's happening. But yes, welcome everyone. It is another podcast.
Another one.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the
Welcome.
podcast. And I'd also like to welcome Jordan. Jordan, how was your week?
Oh,
Actually, it's been 2 weeks.
2
since you've been on,
weeks.
So let's...
This is going to be an extended cut of my weekend. So
Oof.
much happened. I will cut all the fluff, but bear with me for a little bit.
Let's do this.
So my week started on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
No. So I went to the aquarium, as one does on a Thursday night. And it was special because it was a night at the museum type thing at the aquarium. And we've been to one of those things, right? And it's like you get to drink, you get to look around, you get to look at the fossils.
Oh, yes,
get
we
asked
did it
to
at some
leave.
sort of new museum. Yeah,
Museum. There was like silent discos.
Yeah.
There was food. There was beautiful South American. That's a different story for another time on my Patreon. But anyway, yes, I'm at the. It's raining. It's shit.
Did you say beautiful South American people?
A girl working at the thing at the. But that's on my Patreon.
I didn't realize how much you had a flavor for South Americans. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I do have a type. Anyway, what's he
Dudes.
saying? Miguel. It's Pride Month. Show some respect. Anyway, so we go in, right? And there was a magician.
Yeah.
There was a magician. And he's this French magician. He's like, okay, everyone, I say here, look at this. He is like, you know, with magicians, right? You dabbled in some of the dark arts before. Oh, sorry, was I meant to do that?
Just
Oh,
remember we're adjusting the camera.
I know.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just so we changed it all around. It's okay.
Yep.
And the magician guy is like, he does a thing where he's like, here is a die.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around and choose what die number. I'm like, all right, 6, and I put it 6. He's like, is it 6? I'm like, okay, how'd you do that? Fuck, you're an actual wizard? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know when you see a magician, right, and you're trying to work out, you know he's doing something,
Yeah.
but you're too slow to work it out. A lot of the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, so he's doing it with these hands, and then my
Yeah.
mate was there, and he put an X on her hand, and she's like, oh, wow. And then he takes it off, and then he puts it on his hand on the same spot. It's like, how'd you do that?
Whoa, he drew an X on
He
her
drew an
hand,
X, yeah.
And
then,
the X came off.
actually, no, I reversed it. So he drew an X on his hand, pulled it off, and then it was gone. And then he's like, look at your hand. And her hand now had the X in the exact same spot.
Okay.
I'm like, well, he was touching your hands at the beginning, so he could have easily just
Yep.
through the dark arts. Anyway, I don't know about you, but like Night at the Museum, those exhibitions
Yep.
don't require sleep. So it was dark. You go down to the aquarium, you know, like usually there's light and stuff. It was dark. You saw nothing. You saw just like a shark just...
Yeah, and it's probably sleeping.
Yeah,
just
sleeping.
like cruise controlling around.
And then I'm like, okay, so we stay in line for 30 minutes for face paint because everyone looked like they were fucking in euphoria.
Oh,
and I'm like, all right, so we go in there, we're shooting the breeze, we're enjoying it.
Yep.
Sitting down, and she says, what do you want, sweetie? And I'm looking around, there's no like books or
Sweetie.
there's nothing. And I'm like, okay, what about, I said, surprise me. And she got the black like ink, and she got it, and she's like, really? She's like, you mind if I put something in your hair? And I was like, all right, cool, all right. Does it, turn around, and I have like a Mike Tyson tattoo, just pissed with like, what do you call them, neon colors? Yeah, like that. I'm like, oh, that's actually not too bad. And then we go for the shittest sausage sizzle in the entire
Why
world.
was it shit?
You go in, right? And I like to eat with people, so I get pushed in first. And it's like, all right, cool, here it is. And they put cheese and onions and all these shit on it. I'm like, no, I just want like the onion and this. So already I'm kind of like pissed. And I go in, and they're like, there's going to be a 10-minute wait. So my mates are over there, and I'm just
Yep.
there, just on the side, trying not to drop this into the into the shark tank. And they're like, "Eat, eat." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna eat, because if I eat and you're eating and I'm standing, I have to perform. I have to feel like I want to be like, I don't want to feel like I have to."
Really?
Work. Yeah.
Number one, okay, I have two issues here. Number one, adding the addition of cheese on a sausage sizzle doesn't change the fact that it's a sausage sizzle.
Disgusting.
It's just weird that you say that it's
I don't
disgusting.
like the cheese on it, man.
I'm like, I was hoping when you would say, like, you know, the usual stuff, onions and sausage, and I'm like, oh, good, you said that. But then you were like, oh, and then this alien cheese is on there.
I've never seen
I'm
cheese in a sausage
cheese, you
sizzle.
can put fucking cheese
I know
on a
you
sausage
can, but it's
sizzle.
never. This is
But
Australian.
that's not gonna change the
It's
quality
just
of the
messier, and it's just like you have to account for the cheese droplets. I'm already accounting for the onion droplets.
And then
the sauce
you
droplets.
had an opportunity to eat the food without your friends so that they didn't watch you fuck up eating, and you didn't take it because you felt like you would have needed to perform for them while you were eating. That is a serious weird complex you've got there. An absolutely weird complex you have there, because who gives a shit? If they're eating, just being like, yes, this is some quiet time that I can just like nod to myself or do whatever else while I'm waiting for them to eat. That's so good. I love that. I'm like, yeah, it's good, huh? Yeah, I loved it. There's no awkward feeling about that. And the fact that you had to make it a fucking thing.
How are you making me that small, Jay? How are you doing that? You're just like, look, I'm tinier than you now. You're bigger than me. That's not forced perspective at all.
Yeah, we have Peter Jackson in here, so helping us out with it.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
But yeah, that's
anyway.
You're so fucking funny, dude. You're so funny that you had to make it a fucking thing.
Had to make it a thing. Then we get some drinks, and they're like $10 for a rum and coke. Ooh. And they're like, it's for keeping teenagers off the street. And be like, I'll be on the streets after paying for these prices. Fuck. Anyway, so we go to the silent disco downstairs, and we put the headphones on, and it's like just dark, and there's people just walking with headphones. It's fucking shit, dude. And then my mate's like, he's like, yeah, let's stand here and chill. So we stand there and chill, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've had a little bit, so I'm a little bit not drunk, but like, you know, you're not quite yourself. You're in that sort of what do you call it, like a pre-peak level. And then I'm looking, right, and then I see this big stingray just like go up. And then I go back down, and then like a minute later it's like so every minute I'm like looking weird. Like, oh no, it's a stingray. Very shit night. But the people there made it. It's like if you take anyone out of that situation, it was like good bands, good talks, you know.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Then Friday happened, right?
What's Friday about?
Friday was Korean barbecue and karaoke. So I was sitting next to one of my mates, and she's like feeding everyone soju, right? Just feeding it. And then no one was cooking. So I start cooking the food, right?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm cutting it, and there's no red bits at all. Cooked it perfectly.
Cool.
Then my name later on gets besmirched in the papers because my other friend, who drank way too much, puked. And he says, oh, my stomach's upset, man. I don't think the food was cooked that well. And I'm like, you fucking dog. You absolute dog. You know exactly who you are. I'm not going to mention you, but you know who you are.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went to everyone. I'm like, were you sick? I'm like, no. Did you have the chicken? Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone else is fine.
That's it.
Because he's like...
Because you chopped it up.
I chopped it up.
One big piece, usually you chop it up, you share it among everyone.
Exactly.
It's not like he had a different piece to everyone else.
Yeah.
He drank too much.
He drank too much. And then because someone was like, who was cooking? Jordan. Oh, that's why. Fuck you, man. I
That's
know how to
hilarious.
cook. My name is besmirched, and he has like a Frankfurt.
How old is this guy?
24, maybe 23.
Right. Well, I
Fucking
just
guy.
expect it from someone younger, making an excuse. Oh, no, I don't usually throw up when I drink. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Horrible.
dude, you overdrank,
And
whatever,
then
dude.
we went to karaoke.
As you do after a nice KBBQ.
You know what I'm saying, man? Two different cultures merging together.
Usually they're Korean, aren't they? The karaoke joints.
It felt like a Japanese vibe. I don't know if it was Korean, but
Was
now
there soju at the karaoke
No,
place?
there were these jugs, like the jugs with cream and
soju.
stuff. So is the soju? All right,
Yeah.
well, it's Korean. I apologize.
It's you were in Koreatown, like little Koreatown.
Oh, really? Oh, well, more you know, man. I just don't know the world clearly as you do. So there's this one person at work who's very loud and always screams without alcohol. And it's about so she's screaming it out, and I've like sobered up, and I put my arms around, And I felt like, the cool dad where it's like, all right, you guys can drink, but as long as you drink at the house, so like you're not in a ditch somewhere. And I'm thinking, fuck this, man, I'm gonna drink. So I drank, and I regret it. And then the next day I sent messages to people saying, hey, my voice sounds like a healthy baritone right now, and my knees hurt. What the fuck did I do? And apparently I peaked very high in Korean barbecue, and I peaked very high in what do you call it? Karaoke, yeah. And everyone's like, let's go to the Star. And I'm like, nope, I'm going home. We got a movie tomorrow. Cut to tomorrow, a day later, we do a Star Wars marathon, which is 24 hours long. So we message him in the morning, and the guy's like, yeah, man, we'll go. And then the other guy apparently pukes because he has a hangover, and he says, I don't think I can make Phantom Menace, dude. So I said, all right, Attack of the Clones is at 1. Let's do it. Machete order. Fuck it. Let's just do it.
So you didn't watch Phantom Menace?
Didn't watch Phantom Menace.
Oh.
So I watched all 8.
Okay.
And it felt really, But anyway.
Yeah, fuck that one up.
Get to it, and then we're up to he fucks off just before Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And then we watch Force Awakens, and I'm just like to my friend, please, like, we can go. Like, we've done more than our fair share.
Definitely.
He's like, no, I want to stay. And I kind of felt bad. Like, if I was in that situation that I wanted to stay and he left, I'd be like, ugh. So I stayed with him.
Oh.
And then Last Jedi, I'm just like, I'm dying. I'm about to fall asleep. So I, like, go across, because there's nobody there. There's like 6 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Only 6 people are watching it?
Yeah, pretty much. There's
my
not going to
God.
be a repeat. Because I thought, maybe prequels people skip, and then the originals, then people go.
Yeah.
Nope, same amount of people. There's a guy who sat 2 rows next to me, not 2 rows, but 2 chairs next to me, and he was like there. I did not see him stand.
Wow.
At all. But anyway, so I slept through Last Jedi, which is like a 2.5 hour movie, and then I woke up, and I'm like, I'm wide awake for the last one, and it's The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you were so you were there for all of them except for the first
Phantom
one.
Menace, yeah.
So you didn't go home or anything like that. You just
No.
You saw the beginning of everyone. You decided whether you wanted to watch them.
What do you mean,
Like halfway through a movie, you were like, "Oh fuck this movie," walk away.
No,
go do
I
something
stayed.
else.
We stayed.
You stayed inside for all of them.
Like, there was a break, and we went and got burgers. And
okay.
Because everyone went there, so we missed.
Yeah.
We missed the beginning of A New Hope, but we know how that ends. That begins.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. I'm probably going to swear off drinking for quite a while. Maybe never watch a Star Wars movie ever again. Who knows?
Yeah, well, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched a Star Wars movie in a while. But welcome, Adam Kagan.
Hey,
he says,
Adam.
sorry I'm late. The Phantom Menace is the only good of the 3 prequels, most quotable, and the Duel of Fates.
I'm going to agree with that, but
Episode 3 is pretty dope.
watching episode... but they're on... I didn't even get to it. 30mm, so they're on film. Really sells some of, like, the real janky, like... CG. That's the way to watch it, dude. And watching Attack of the Clones for the first time in, like, since it came out, like, at the cinema, the beats for the love, like, them trying to, like, fall in love, is a comedy, dude. It's too perfect. It's not by accident. I think he's just tanking the movie on purpose. And it's like, this is fucking hilarious. The amount of times people were laughing, it was perfect.
That's funny.
Revenge of the Sith looked really, really good. Prequels were all 4K, so it's like, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. But anyways, once again, it's like the aquarium. It's like the events shit, but it's the people around you that makes it fun.
Yep.
It's a nice little bonding experience. But yeah, and then I slept for the rest of the long weekend, and then I went to work, and my ass was hurting from Wednesday.
What's that about?
From sitting down.
Oh.
Because they are... I didn't tell you the setup of the Ritz. Plywood chairs,
it was
pretty
the
much.
Ritz.
The Ritz, yeah.
I thought you were at the entertainment quarter.
No, I would have lived... Like, I couldn't put my legs through because they were so thin.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put my legs up because the next person, couple of rows, would be like, ugh.
So, what describe the seats. Keep going.
Yeah, looks like it hasn't been refurbed since the 80s.
Yeah.
Their sound system isn't like, one there, one there, one there, one there.
Yeah.
Sorry. One there. It's like a stack of like speakers, those little sort of U-bend ones.
Yeah.
They're on top of one another. 2 are there, and it's all plugged in one board in the front. All anyone had to do was just and then the sound would have just been fucked.
Wow.
And
I thought the Ritz was good.
I thought so too, but Orpheum's clearly the best.
Yeah.
But it was so rumbly.
I don't know if you can read this, but Adam says, I call bullshit on Jordan not drinking or watching Star Wars ever again. The Ritz is a classic. And then that's where they did the clothing optional sessions. Wait, what?
Yeah. There was like this movie about a nudist and you could go to the screening naked.
Okay.
It's disgusting. Fuck you, Adam. And then the sound system was so badly like calibrated that I could I can feel everything, feel my like insides joggle, and I'm like, never again.
People like that.
Not a fan of that. For 24 hours for 9 movies.
I don't know. I wouldn't have done it to start off with. I would not have gone and done a marathon like that ever.
Yeah, it's like it's like
not.
It's like fuck it. That's funny. That's funny to me.
Okay. It sounds like torture. It's like something it's like going and like I want to say Burning Man, but people do that because they want to. Yeah, but it's like that. It's like going to torture. It's like going to Burning Man and being like, I'll figure out water when I get there.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's one of those things where it's like, fuck it. Let's fuck it. Let's just have some
I just
fun.
think, I reckon there's probably like cooler things.
Oh, I mean, cooler things.
For just the fuck
like
it
on
situation.
Instagram, if you follow me, there's like at the very, very end, I just give, it's like the Rise of Skywalker, and I give the definition of Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Why do I keep coming back?
And then I noticed, like, I don't know when it was, like a couple of days later, you were at someone else's house and you were watching Aladdin.
Oh, the day after.
And then you had like all these speakers, and when you were describing the richest speakers, I'm like, was that what you were talking about?
No.
Way too many speakers for that place. It was just fucking weird. I just imagine the TV slowly moving off and then just killing itself.
Oh, by the time I'm in end of a movie, I'm in the bedroom just because I'm being like the sounds like
it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, but anyway,
bit overkill of speakers, I'll tell you.
Yeah, to each his own. Anyway,
that was pretty crazy.
How's your week?
My last 2 weeks. I mean, last week we had my dad's wedding.
Congrats.
Congratulations. It went off without any problems. My sister came down.
Oh, that's
I got
cool.
to see my nephew.
Did he have a suit on? A little cute suit?
He had like a little
Collared
shirt and stuff like that, which was really cute. But we got to dance with him. It was good. Hey, I was thinking of you Saturday through 24 hours of Star Wars. Just then to go watch Aladdin. Bit much.
Yeah. I was a bit cooked.
Yep.
But
yeah, no, that was great. We did it at the Pastizzi Cafe. It was probably the most Maltese thing you could do. Which was cool.
Did they shut the road down for the donkey races or?
No, they didn't. They
donkey races?
My dad's a bit modern, so he got a Cadillac instead, a blue Cadillac to drive off
donkey.
on. Throughout the weekend, what I could figure out was there was I want to say like a 60 or a 70s Ford Mustang. That's what on the Friday when they got married. That's what they drove around in.
Was that the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And then on the Sunday, before they got to the Pastizzi Cafe, an Audi AMG I think picked them up.
Okay.
And drove them to, I think they were Myers or something like that.
Okay.
And then from there they got a Cadillac to drive them to the Maltese Pastizzi Cafe. And we drove up. I think it was a pretty nice car that we were driving into, but like we picked up, like we saw so many historical vehicles, and there was a blue Cadillac, and I'm like, that's my dad's. Like that's for my dad's wedding. And then I get in there, I'm like, there's a blue Cadillac out there, and he's like, yeah, it's for us. And I'm like, it's fucking dope. And then I look over at Megan has organized all the cars. My dad didn't do anything.
Oh,
Megan has like connections. She knows.
Cool.
She knows. She has family, friends that have historical vehicles, and you put them in businesses and stuff. And so she organized it all. And I look over and I'm like, good job. That was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. It was freaking.
Yeah, I mean, like that was like a good, that was.
So yeah, it was good to spend time with the family. Good to spend time with my sister.
Yep.
Got to. You don't get to see that amount of family all at once anymore.
Unless it's like
for
a
me,
funeral or,
Yeah, or a wedding.
Or a wedding, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it always makes it special. My dad used to DJ and MC weddings.
Mm-hmm. Did he
So
MC his own wedding? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Steve,
I
my
got
boy.
there. I got there. I like they're at the bottom of the stairs because it was upstairs, and they're like welcoming people, telling them to go upstairs, get comfortable, and then my mum finally comes with my sister and all that sort of stuff, and my mum's like, oh, your dad wants the microphone to be sent down, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go and ask the DJ booth. And the DJ booth is the company that my dad used to work for.
Okay.
Like Moby Disc, it's called.
Oh, nice.
And
I like
so,
that.
like, he went out and he gave him the money. And he's like, introducing Mr. or Mrs. about, like, that whole sort of stuff. He did it all for himself.
Ugh.
He came up, he sat down, and I was sitting near him, and he was like, I was going to say live from inside. Like, I was going to do that. And I was just like, that'd be really funny if you did that.
Man, call out, man. We're getting over. I like that.
Exactly. So that would have been really funny if he did that. But he was thinking about me at the time,
Good.
which is
That's
great.
good. Very good.
Yeah, and it was great. Good wedding, Krispy Kreme wedding cake.
Ooh, how do you even do that? I'd like to see a photo
It was
afterwards.
just stacks of
Donuts?
Yeah,
or-
Krispy Kreme. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And then at the top was a proper cake that they could cut.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It was very nice.
Sounds nice. It's amazing.
Very, very good time.
Yeah, weddings are only good.
Dude, you're gonna have the maddest time. So Jordan's going to a wedding. Like what? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
You're leaving tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, getting there at 12, helping them set up, and the wedding's on the Monday.
Holy shit!
But yeah.
So and then what you take? How much of the week are you taking?
I just
off?
took Tuesday off,
good.
so I can come back.
Yeah,
and then-
that's awesome. That's great.
It's good.
It's gonna be mad. You're gonna have
I'm actually a flower girl
Are you?
as well. They're sort of like, hey, it's gonna be weird if you're just gonna walk up singularly. Can you throw like flowers? And I thought, it's your wedding,
Sure.
kid.
Sure, I can do it.
Sure.
But Jordan,
Yeah.
that's enough of our week.
That's enough
Let's
of
talk
our
about
week.
the news.
News.
Muzzle time. And welcome to Not Another Podcast News with your host, Dick Gizinga.
Hello, I am Dick Gazinga here in hospital right now, coughing my lungs because unfortunately I went to Bondi Junction a couple of days ago and I was watching the Hitman's Bodyguard's wife, not Hitman's Bodyguard, Hitman's Bodyguard's wife. That's the sequel, not the first one. I'm not Jordan watching old movies in the cinema. And, there was a man behind me. He was, right next to me, I should say. And he was coughing, and he says he was a driver for all the overseas travelers. And I'm like, oh, I think I've seen you before. You're the guy who I forgot him. Actually, that's which is a little trick. You say, oh, I remember you. And then you don't.
Yep.
And, now I'm here on a ventilator. Pray for me. Pfizer doesn't come to my age, so you can probably try working out how old I am from that. And yeah, anyway, back to you, boys.
Oh, yeah, that Pfizer's getting pretty crazy. They're just pushing the age up and up and up,
I
aren't
don't
they?
know, man. Yeah, I'm a little bit,
I was looking at a statistic about how much of us are immunized, and it's only like 2% of Australia
Not a
right
lot.
now. It's
Not
so
a
bad. I honestly thought that it was getting closer and closer to me having to get the injection, and I was like mentally preparing for it. But I can just the way it's coming out, it's just
in
so
the words of Scott
fucking
Morrison, vaccines are expensive, so you have to work it out. Anyways,
all right,
you go first.
Oh, I will. Oh shit, wrong one. A Sydney landmark, the Jizz fashion store, which is near the Town Hall station, is coming to an end.
It's also spelled C.
Yeah.
I actually used to wear those. They used to have really good pants.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have really good pants, and then I decided to stop because I don't want jizz on my pants.
Very good. I always thought it was funny. It's pretty crazy that that existed. And when we found that out that it existed, it just, I mean, it was like towards the end of high school, we were like, a bit more freedom. So we were in the city and we
just freely going to jizz places.
Yeah,
and,
going to Jizz fashion and then giggling and then walking out. And then like they were like, oh, here they come again.
Oh no, I got jizz on this beautiful scarf.
You look at all the tags.
Yeah.
Yep, Jizz. Yep,
Ew,
Jizz.
can I get 20% off? Why? It's got jizz on it. What are you talking about?
Oh shit, Adam said something I can't.
It's exactly what you expect.
I'm going to have a look real quick. He said they will make a comeback. Oh, okay.
Lock up all your Dalmatians. Cruella is getting a sequel.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. I wonder if the Dalmatians are going to kill her husband this time, because that's her. That's like her moment. Her mom gets killed by a Dalmatian by getting pushed off. Very silly. But anyway, congratulations. I like Emma Stone. It's nice she's in a franchise now that isn't, that she doesn't die in.
What?
Spider-Man.
Oh, she died. Oh, she died.
She's Gwen Stacy. Gets killed by the... Yes.
Adam also said people will blow loads of money there at Jizz Fashion. Sorry to keep bringing that one back.
Oh, no.
He'll keep working on it.
He'll keep workshop it, come back, come with a few ideas, walk back, and we'll maybe get you on the podcast.
But Cruella 2, wow, that's called 101 Dalmatians. Victoria's Secret is ditching the Angels trope to revive its brand because it obviously was like, you know what? People aren't feeling like they want to idolize these skinny minis anymore, and that the world is so diverse. There are so many shapes. There's pears, there's oranges, there's apples,
Passion fruit.
little round people.
Yeah.
So I mean, is it too late for Victoria's Secret to remarket? I think not. I think a lot of people will fold. A lot of people were already still going to Victoria's Secret. It's just one aspect of their thing. Congratulations on coming into the 21st century.
Would you like to hear my theory?
Go for it.
I think they've bought Jizz and they're rebranding it as the Jizz dump trucks, or the Jizz Angels, or the Jizz rags is what they're called now.
Oh, I like the Jizz rags. Yeah.
Jizz rags, or just Jizz. There are Jizz babies. Ooh,
I went and saw Tenacious D live once, and in their merch, like little pop-up store, they had Jizz rags.
Oh,
Thought that was really funny.
we'll be on that. Jack Black, because I think Victoria is coming for your title. But anyway, lock up all your 15-year-old daughters who go to nightclubs. Drake Bell has been charged with child endangerment.
And Drake Bell is?
You remember Drake and Josh?
Yeah.
He's the one who isn't the one with David Dobrik.
Oh, yeah. I know. I know.
Josh Bell.
Josh. No,
Oh,
sorry.
not Josh.
Oh, shit. I forgot his name. Josh Peck.
Peck.
Josh Peck.
That was good. That came out.
I think Shavir just started following us on the on the thing. So
way to go, man.
thank you so much.
Child endangerment. Apparently he's been talking to 15-year-old girls or something. So,
Whoops. You
not
really
my
screwed
favorite
that one up.
out of the group. So it's kind of like, it's like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, him. Oh, if it was Josh Peck, I'd be like, oh, I'm
Josh Peck has a kid.
I know.
He's going on, but
I'd be more disappointed if that happened to him. Drake Bell just couldn't get invited to the wedding. So
Jesus.
he's bitter.
That was really funny. Wait, let me read what Adam has to say. He says, nothing better than leaving with a bag full of jizz.
Counteroffer.
Oporto and Bondi Pizza have unleashed a chili-drenched pizza that is kind of like a nice crossover. The only downside is you're going to have to go to a Bondi Pizza because, I've never had any... can I remember? I actually can't remember the last time I went to a Bondi Pizza, but I just know it wasn't fun for me. And it kind of reminded me of when I went to California Pizza in America, which is also garbage. And I'm wondering if there's a connection. I will look into this But wait. There's a new thing here. Menu log exclusive. Whoa! You could order it on Menu log.
Well, now I want to try. We should try it for the podcast. Just get a
Yeah.
pizza.
And the good thing is this kind of works with the Jizz fashion thing, because if you wear too much Jizz fashion, you might get Prego sauce. Okay.
I was gonna be that your money bags are empty after going to a Jizz store because you're buying all the clothes. See, that's clever, Adam. Fucking guy. Wedding Crashers 2 may bring back Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. Wow.
Do you reckon that Owen Wilson being in Loki has revived his career
I
a
like to
bit?
think so.
Because what was the last thing he's really been in?
Last thing I remember is Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen movie where he traveled back in time and saw all the great artists in France.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he traveled back in time and he watched him diddle his kids.
No. That's the Mia Farrow tapes. But yeah, could you imagine? Oh my God, I didn't realize Woody was like. Wow, more you know. But yeah, he's killing it in Loki. I hope he gets a career revival.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it
would definitely be a career revival.
Hopefully.
Recommended not buying ravioli from Bondi Pizza. It's the same quality as getting the frozen ones from Woolworths or Coles.
It's probably where they got it from and marked it up at a high profit.
That's the way.
Business. The bee's knees.
Emma Bunton reveals that she started lactating during the Spice Girls comeback tour. That's Baby Spice.
Baby Spice.
Which is not what I really, really want. And I'll tell you not what I want, what I really, really want. Yep.
If you want to be my lover, you have to be my milker first.
You gotta pump my breast milk. It don't last forever, but freeze it if you can.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, you know, they always say they do the comeback tours, but it never happens.
Yeah.
Like, it actually
happens, but in Europe, and you never know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because they don't come to Australia, because it's too far away. It's too expensive to bring them here. It never pays
I mean,
itself
Mel
off.
B, who's, which Spice is Mel B? Scary?
Yep.
Scary. She lives in Australia. She works in Australia. She's always on Australian TV. How hard is it
It's
to
easier to get one person to Europe than 4 people out of Europe.
Yeah, I guess they have to declare all the plastic.
A movie called Bliss, released in 2021. That was the last time Owen Wilson was in something. And I definitely have heard of that film. I'm so glad that this is a video format, and so I can shake my head.
Not cool, man. Don't bring up Bliss. I told you, dude.
And then before that was Father Figures in 2017. So, woof, it's been a crazy time for you. It's you.
Rob Zombie, man who creates these really ultra-violent sort of hillbillies fucking, taking drugs, killing innocents on the side of the road, motels, sometimes in Caesar's Palace, is making his long-awaited movie that he's always wanted to make, a remake. He's making The Munsters. So he's making a live-action movie of that. I don't know, man. Like, tonally crazy, but he might have to pull back on that one. I don't think they're going to.
Wasn't The Munsters like a family comedy?
Yeah.
Like the Addams Family?
Yeah. It'd be like making a real violent Addams Family, and I think the
okay.
Yeah, you know.
But it was a bit more traditional. It was like the Frankenstein, the Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula, Grandpa Monster. But yeah. Interesting to see how he goes. If he's going to go all out, or if the company's going to be like, just tone it down, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have to do a gangbang scene. Eddie Munster
looks kind of funny with his really thick V and beard.
Like the widow's pig type thing.
Yeah, widow's pig. That's what it's called.
It's funny. I like it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
See how we go.
Oh, we go.
Wrong
Turn. The Hills Have Eyes come to mind. I feared hillbillies fucking. Oh, I heard hillbillies fucking.
All produced, and Rob Zombie's had his hand in
Okay, and do you have any more?
I have 2 more.
Okay, cool. I'll get to mine in a sec. Then
Conan O'Brien's final guest will be Jack Black.
yeah, that's good.
It's
Do
good.
you reckon he'll be talking about Borderlands?
Maybe.
Or would it just be just
I
like,
think he's just there just to be like, I like you.
I see kind of there might be a revival of Tenacious D. Like they might be coming back to do something again. There's a new project in the works.
Probably. Or something.
So that'd be cool.
That'd be nice
but that
to
might
see.
be what they're talking about. But they can't. Yeah, when you're doing these sort of shows, you don't just go on for no reason. It's a press sort of.
Oh, it's his
thing.
last sort of like. I remember when he was his last show, like
Yeah.
before he jumped ship or got pushed off. Roland Williams was there, and he didn't have a movie. He was there he had like a week or 2 where it's like guests he likes and he's enjoyed over the years. So it's sort of it could just be he's there just being supporting a friend. It might be a Tenacious D thing just to pad out time, but yeah, it'd be fun to do.
This one's terrible news. But a daredevil. His name is
Matt
Alex
Murdock.
Harville.
Ooh.
Has died after attempting a world record jump. It's kind of sad, really.
Poor guy.
But as you can see, it's quite a long jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to watch it, you can go to TMZ Sports and see
It
that.
was 28.
But it was
That's
28.
sad.
Our age hit hard for me because I was just like, wow. Like, I mean, these people. I mean, if you really think about like, who's the guy? The first guy, not the first guy, but the guy that was really famous for doing this.
Evel Knievel?
Evel Knievel. And the sort of stuff that he would do would just be like, set up a ramp, put another ramp down there. I'll get it. Like, that's what he would do. There was no science involved. And I'm like this sort of stuff now, they have more and more people, getting, figuring it out, being like, you can do this.
Yeah.
Like, you'll need this much power. This is the weight you need the bike to be and all that sort of stuff. So, like, it's more professional now. But, like, yeah, Evel Knievel was doing it on a Harley. Like, like the heaviest bikes ever. But, yeah, it's just...
Poor dude. Fuck. Well, anyways.
Kagan reckons that Jack Black is purely focused on TikTok. And I could not say that's the most... It's wrong. Yes, he's on TikTok a lot, but his focus is on just social media in general, and he's a genius for doing that.
Yeah, he's just got a new audience now with it.
That's
Smart dude.
And finally,
Batman doesn't go down.
fuck.
Apparently,
You really blew that load.
Yeah. DC wouldn't allow it. There's a Harley Quinn TV show animated. Very funny. Highly recommend. But in season 3, it's a bit adult. Season 3, they wanted a scene where Batman goes down on Catwoman. And DC apparently said, heroes don't do that.
Heroes don't go down.
Why do you think he has like a cutout where his mouth
It's kind of
is?
sexist, really.
It's there to... where's the trigger?
That is a funny show. You're right.
It is.
The only thing I've seen from that is when the Joker finds the identity of Batman. Have you seen that?
I have, yeah.
And he goes, what? Wayne Tech said that they were going to release an electric car this year, and I'm still waiting.
I love, it's stuff like that. It's really great.
Such a good concept. I need to see more from that show because
It's on
obviously
Amazon.
It's got a good head on it.
Good head.
Unfortunately, the sex scenes aren't gonna please the fans.
He has a good head, but he can't give head. I thought you were gonna go with that one.
But the fact of the matter is, the sick people that really want to see that, go look at your comic books. There's a bajillion different comic books of Catwoman getting eaten out by Batman. I've seen them now because of this stupid story. Just go fucking watch that. Go look at that. Who gives a fuck if it's on an animation? It's like you don't see Margin Homer fuck all the time.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. But they have kids. And, you don't need to see that to know that they're doing it. It's just like, have some fucking class. It's not HBO.
Is it? No, it's on Warner Brothers. I was thinking HBO.
Yeah. Doom Patrol takes a few episodes to get into, same as any CW show. Fuck the CW shows. I've watched them. It's like watching Power Rangers. I can't watch it because it's just so cheap.
Yeah.
Invest some money in a good show and stop making all of these fucking shows. If you bring up...
Superman.
Yes, I knew you were going to fucking bring it up. Lois Lane and Superman. Who gives a fuck about that guy? Just make a good TV show and stop making so many.
They made a good TV show.
They're making too many. They're making The Flash. They're making Supergirl. They made Batwoman that didn't work.
And they're cancelling more and they're going with Lois and Superman. It's like everything you say.
It's like they were like, oh, it's what's that fucking thing? It's pilot season. Let's make every single DC thing ever and not link them up, or make them really hard to link up. Like, you're fucking yourself. You're really fucking yourself, and you're making it hard for any DC fans to want to watch the shows.
Yeah.
Because it's only the neckbeards that'll watch them and be like, it's actually pretty good. It's only the neckbeards that'll watch them. Everyone else...
It's true.
Anyone else, like, all I can think of is just like, the low denominator comedies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That everyone will watch because it's available. So if they want to get to that point, you have to just drop it and invest in a good show.
Like Superman and Lois.
Well, we don't know. We don't know because at the same time they're making The Flash. They're making Batwoman that didn't work. They're making, all these
don't
different
watch
things.
that crap. Just watch...
Oh, I doubt that. People definitely watched it and it was all over the news about her. Kravitz? Is that Kravitz girl? No, who was it? Who played it? She had a weird name.
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose, yeah. Oh, Ruby Rose, this is going to be good. I'm going to watch that. 2006 Superman was so boring. Yes, you're right.
True.
Jordan hides his neckbeard. But yes, that is how I feel about anything from CW. I can't think of anything good on CW. Do you want to go? Let's get a list of things. CW network shows.
Jesus Christ.
Network shows. Do you have any? Do you know any in your mind?
No, just Superman and Lois.
Blech. Okay. All Americans, Riverdale, Superman and Lois, garbage. Batwoman, Kung Fu, The Texas Walker.
I like Kung Fu. I like Kung Fu.
You watched one episode.
I watched 3.
You watched 3 now.
I'm 3, yeah.
Does she travel around or is she in?
No, yeah, she's in.
It's not Kung Fu then. They've just made another show. That's all they've done. Arrow, that was really boring to watch. The 100, I watched like 2 episodes and I went, this is too cheap for me. It was like I was watching, there was this show called Paradox or Paradox that would be on when you come home from school. And it was like a New Zealand thing. It was like it was being made in it was being made in New Zealand, and it was like all about these parallel universes and stuff like that. And all of these shows remind me of that. Supernatural, so cheap. I couldn't watch that. And people fucking love Supernatural, and I know Adam's probably going to talk about it. CW wasn't Walking Dead, was it?
No.
That was AMC. So get learned, dude. And then everything else, which is just exactly along the lines of it. iZombie, Penn and Teller. Oh, well, there you go. There's one thing that's good in it, but it wasn't even a CW thing originally. That got bought.
Jerry Springer.
Everybody hates Chris.
Jerry Springer.
But, there was obviously a good time there, 2006 to 2009. But even Everybody Hates Chris, I didn't finish. I watched it and I was like, I love it, but I'm not going to continue to watch it. But that's my opinion on CW Network. Get good, stop making so many different things, and invest in a good show.
Yep.
Maybe one day you'll get a Game of Thrones in there, because right now I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing. You really like Superman and Lois, don't you?
I like Superman.
Why?
It's good. It's well written. There's actually a budget to it, so it doesn't look cheap. It's a mixture of all the Superman bits that I like. It's like a bit of Man of Steel, a bit of the Christopher Reeve ones. I like the sort of family dynamic, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Who's that guy? He's been in things, right? I've seen his face before.
I think he's in Teen Wolf or something.
Okay. Another CW.
Another CW, but, yeah.
Okay. And that is the end of the news. And Shavir gets it. He says it sounds like Around the Twist. And yes, it's the same quality. CW makes things that Australian, what are they called? Unpaid interns make. So So congratulations, CW. You have an unpaid intern network.
It's keeping most of young Hollywood afloat. Let's be real.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot more.
A lot of pilots
than CW.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Pilots are just an investment dump.
They went to season.
What?
They went to season.
What did?
Those shows. They went to full season. It wasn't like it was a pilot and then they just
but I think their pilots are full seasons, dude. I 100% feel that way. Because they're like, well, you have this budget and see how the whole season goes straight away. And then they're like, well, we have to stretch that out to a whole season. All right, I guess we're gonna have Supergirl lay down on a green block and then put a freaking Dyson fan in front of her.
Gotta be
what?
intuitive.
Use the Dyson? Oh, that's all our budget. We can't make any more episodes.
We can only shoot.
Now she can only walk around. She's gonna be in a car for this one because we can't have her flying.
And we could only use the Dyson for 5 minutes before charging it for another 18 hours.
Exactly. Yes, it was horrible. Oh wait. Remember the worst witch? That was like Harry Potter before Harry Potter. Yes, it was horrible. That does sound like an Adam thing.
Yeah, worst witch.
But Adam also likes what he likes anything from the CW network and Big Bang Theory. So don't worry. Pigeon Boy was great. I loved Pigeon Boy.
What's Pigeon Boy?
Pigeon Boy. It was like his superpower. It's an animated thing on ABC, and his superpower was that he could talk to pigeons.
Oh.
The pigeons would like when he'd transform into Pigeon Boy, they'll like attack him, and then he'd become like Pigeon Boy.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Interesting. Well, anyways, let's
roll to the main feature of this whole show, and that is the movie of the week. And the movie of the week, if you're watching us on Twitch, you can see it. It's written there. It is called The Frighteners. And it is with MJ Fox.
MJ Fox, my boy.
And it is directed by
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, who is just an unknown talent from New Zealand. It's just amazing
He hasn't
to
done much.
see him come out of New Zealand like that.
It's good to see him coming out of his shell as well as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
In that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he just hit Frighteners. He's like, that's it. I'm
That's
done.
it.
I'm
And
out
I
of here.
don't need much from
Taika,
that.
you take over.
That's it.
There you go. So you know how I feel about this movie.
Well, you this is one of the movies that you've seen before.
I've seen. I loved this. I
feel deceived.
I love this movie a lot. It's one of my favorites. I saw it very, very young,
Yep.
and it's one of those movies that I come back to every couple of years.
Yeah.
Highly enjoyable, violent but not too violent. It's sort of got like a nice sort of mix.
Mm-hmm.
The story is just like, as a kid, I didn't even think that like that whole massacre thing comes into it.
Oh yeah.
But then boom, like fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Really sharp script. One of the few times you see Michael J. Fox after Back to the Future in like a leading. There's like a period in the 80s where like he'll appear in some stuff, but this is like after Back to the Future.
Way
it's
after.
Like, it's like very. This is what Back to the Future finished in 89 for the third one. This was 96, so short time, but still a decent chunk of time.
When did he start dealing with? Was it Parkinson's?
Parkinson's. That's what I was going to bring up, because there's moments in this movie where he seems like he's really agitated, like he's trying to make up for something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a choice or he's starting.
Because I remember it was
develop.
happening when he was young.
Yeah.
And like younger than usual. That's why it was such a big
Because
drama.
they attribute it to the third Back to the Future where he gets hung. Apparently he got knocked out for like, and they had to revive him.
Yeah.
And they kind of say that kind of.
Yeah, but there's always those stories about that, because in this one he did like a simple stunt and broke his foot in the filming of this one.
Okay.
And like, you know, they always talk about that.
Well, that was the question that I was bringing up. Like, did you when I was watching it now, I'm like, some of it kind of seems like he might be getting an onset of it. So instead of like,
that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, he's just like,
I definitely saw it.
Okay, cool.
And yes, I heard that story about after 3 being dragged by the neck. But at the same time, I feel like that might be like a myth as well.
Yeah.
Like there's no true story to that or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's like you know, if you in Pokemon, if you push that truck and then Mew comes out and you can catch him.
Yeah.
And that never existed. It was just a thing that kids told each other in school. I just feel like that's what that happened. It's like, oh, he's got Parkinson's now? Yeah. Well, I saw a movie where he got dragged by the neck using movie magic, and maybe that's how that happened.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll email Robert Zemeckis and be like, did this happen?
Yeah. Which was really interesting. So, Robert Zemeckis produced this film.
Yes.
He was the money behind it all. He went into a meeting with Rob Zombie. No, Peter Jackson and someone else that wrote this. I've forgotten the name. But essentially, the reason they went to Robert Zemeckis is because they were like, you can get Michael J. Fox. This is written for Michael J. Fox. They didn't have anyone else like that they wanted.
Really? I didn't actually know that.
He was the first and only choice for this movie.
Frank Bannister.
So they made this movie pretty much just for him. Frank Bannister, exactly.
Frank Bannister.
And obviously he nails it because it's him. It's an absolute him film. I really do wish that he was in more films, to be honest.
Yeah, but with the Parkinson's, I think he was on. I saw him on the.
That's
Good
why
Wife
it was.
once.
That's why that was tragic.
I saw him in The Good Wife once, and
Yeah.
it's really
Ending
like,
Curb.
noticeable. And Curb, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those, and it's like looking at like New Zealand. I don't know where they shot it, maybe Auckland or something, or maybe one of the coastal towns.
Yeah.
It looks nothing like when they reference like I'm the FBI. It's like, oh, so you came to New Zealand? They have jurisdiction. It's
it
like,
is
oh,
crazy
it's meant
that
to be.
it looks like New Zealand too.
Yeah.
Like it's so so funny. I was so shocked about that afterwards because I was like, oh, they did film this in New Zealand. Like
Yeah.
the
It was like the bit in Austin Powers where he's like, no way does England look like Southern California.
yeah,
when he's doing the
exactly.
drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also it's nice to see sort of Weta do like when you think of Weta and all that, it's like these big sort of budgets, explosions, but something that's sort of really low key, lo-fi. It's like really like interesting. It's like, fuck, I wish Peter Jackson made more smaller movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like he's made like what, King Kong, Big, Lovely Bones, and Tintin. And I think that's about... And The Hobbit. Oh, I forgot about that, my memory. But yeah, like I want to see him sort of return to... Same thing with Nolan. I want to see him just return to like the smaller sort of stuff.
Single one-offs.
Single one-offs. Just enjoy sort of, really grind your teeth.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact too, also, Peter Jackson's son, I think it was Billy. Yeah, Billy Jackson. This is his first movie that he was in.
One of the babies?
He was the baby that was floating. Yeah, the one that like got picked up in the one of the haunted scenes.
Because he's also in The Fellowship as one of the baby sort of younger hobbits. So
Oh,
I'm
there you
thinking,
go.
all right, timeline. Yeah.
uses the kid.
But yeah, it's... And also, quick question. You know the FBI agent, right?
Oh,
Did you feel like they wanted Jim Carrey?
I don't know about that. I didn't feel that. All I knew is that they were going for like a really specific Hitler character.
Yeah.
They were really going for that. And it was weird because it didn't he felt so outrageous compared to everyone else in that movie. Which like did give it that comedy edge. Like, it's like any of the villains in Spy Kids. Like, that like they're way outrageous, and Junie and whatever her name is are like just super subtle.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, like this doesn't work. How are you interacting with him? And Michael J. Fox is just like, oh man, you're so annoying, and just like that's it. And then the guy's like, annoying? How dare you? I've been following you this whole time. Like, just like way too over the top.
Yeah, I get it.
They did not mesh. Just over the top for the. That was weird.
Yeah. But I feel like I've never like seen him in the movie and being like, "Ooh, you're out of place." Like
him?
Not him. I just sort of like it goes with the flow, in my opinion. Like kind of like
Michael J. Fox.
No, the crazy Hitler.
I've never
guy.
seen him in anything else.
No, I think he's on. So that's why I thought like it was just the way he was acting.
Yeah.
Is like you like, oh, we need a Jim Carrey just to really amp this up. And I think Jim Carrey would have knocked it out of the park. I'm not saying he didn't, but like very Dr. Robotnik from Sonic, with just a little bit in the occult. But yeah, other than that, one of my favorite movies.
It's good. The end scene where they're at the hospital, the abandoned hospital where the massacre was. I got Outlast vibes.
Yes.
Remember
Oh my god.
So Outlast is a horror game that we played. I think we streamed it once, and
Yeah, I think we did.
and it was so scary. But like, you know, you're hiding under beds in like a dilapidated psych ward and old hospital and
Yeah.
stuff, and being chased by monsters. It was exactly the same. I liked everything about this film.
Yeah, there's nothing
It had
about
a good. It was like it could have been a successor to Ghostbusters, if anything.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, like it had a nice Ghostbusters vibe to it. The ghosts were done really well.
Yes, the level of detail, like for example, the newer ghosts are bluer.
Yeah.
And the older ones are a little bit bluer.
Yeah,
They're like a little bit faded.
and they spoke about what's that, ectoplasm, and that's like their lifeblood as a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed all of that.
It's a good sort of world building. Like everything makes sense. It isn't
Mhm.
like, oh wait a minute, you said this, and it
Yeah.
contradicts this.
Just the fact that the ghosts could interact with each other as well, like
Yeah.
get shot. Like when he got shot by the thing, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a mechanic later.
Yeah, yeah.
It was good. Yeah, it worked
It's
really
an
well.
amazing. And also, this is why I like Peter Jackson in this movie is because did you notice the Peter Jackson cameo where
no.
he bursts out and there's like
So
this goth guy?
I don't know what he looks like.
Okay, so you know the bit where he bumps into it like a big sort of goth guy and
Yeah.
has Fear the Reaper.
Oh.
That's him. But
Oh,
I'll
alright.
show you where. But yeah, it's no shot is boring. There's always like a little bit of movement. That's
Yep.
sort of like, okay, it's very interesting rather than just putting a tripod down.
Yeah,
Cool.
they smashed
do
it.
this. Smashed
There's
it.
heaps of
absolutely.
really cool plays like that. Like she's in there trying to figure out how she's going to revive him at 9 p.m. when he kills himself.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, they go into that lowered state of heartbeat thing, and then she moves, and the guy's there, the Hitler guy's there,
Yeah.
like right there, and I'm just like, so, like, you know, like there's a lot of that, and it really, I believe it's still hard to make a horror and a comedy at the same time.
Yeah.
And this movie was constantly really hitting those beats
Because
well.
when you do, that's a good thing to say. Because horror and comedy, very hard to do singular, but together, and you kind of feel like, oh, it's a horror comedy. So if the horror doesn't work, at least it's funny. Or if it's a comedy and then it's horror, then it's like one's there as a crutch.
Definitely one can like
Crutch,
carry
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but then this one sort of carries it perfectly.
Yeah,
There's
it does.
no
It was
overtouch.
done really well. Peter
even-
Jackson could make really good movies. I
Yeah,
bet.
he used to make some real sort of like grindy, sort of disgusting, sort of over the top stuff. That's
Yeah.
where his work really.
I'd just love to see him take a franchise and just do something with it.
Yeah, I really do, man. Something bold, something epic.
bold, like maybe like, you know, like 3 movies or something like that.
Yeah, maybe Thor, like Thor 5, maybe something he can do too.
That'd be
you know.
amazing.
Yeah, man, but it's a shame, man.
Is Zombieland a horror comedy? I don't remember watching it.
Zombieland?
Yeah. Sorry, it was just written here by Shavir.
Yeah, we saw Zombieland. We watched it for my birthday. Like it was, you know, Jesse Eisenberg.
I know Jesse Eisenberg's in it.
You doing a bit?
No, I always get mixed up on Adventureland and Zombieland.
You've seen Zombieland numerous
Okay.
times. We used to watch it all the time. But yeah,
Really?
I feel,
Yeah, and it kind of is a he kind of has guides and numbers.
lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's I don't
More of
remember
a
being that.
comedy.
I don't remember that being a horror.
yeah, more of a comedy.
I haven't seen a horror comedy like this at least in a while.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, but most of the stuff is just meant
But-
to be a comedy with horror elements.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyway, highly recommend. Go
Yep.
watch it.
Go watch
Go
this bad
watch
boy.
it, and then just find Peter Jackson on. I think he's on MySpace or something, and being like, "Hey, make a movie, make a big epic.
Make a big epic movie.
Where's the Frighteners 2? Michael J. Fox, you can do it, can't you? What's wrong with that?
Michael J. Fox, the ghost, again.
The Ghost Hunter.
But yeah, like Jordan says at the end of these, go watch it, make that up for you.
Yeah,
Because I for one I don't know why I hadn't seen this yet, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I watched this last night. Because yeah, I think at one point the only thing I could write was, this is weird that I haven't seen this yet.
yeah.
Because
I wanted to write stuff down. It's like, I know the stuff. I
But-
can ace this, man.
But not only that, like I couldn't criticize this movie, and that's usually what I write down is my
Yeah.
criticisms. I can't write down, oh, good that,
good dad.
because there's so much good that in that. So, good job, guys.
Prime example, dude. He should win the Oscar in 2003.
But yeah, that was the podcast. If you enjoyed anything Jordan's had to say today, you can follow him at allbrand_stark on Instagram. If you've enjoyed stuff I've had to say, you can follow me at Mr. J himself on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. You can follow the podcast. We're streaming currently on Twitch.
No.
At twitch.tv/notanotherpodcast. And man, that's it. That's all I got.
That was it.
Jordan, take us away.
Yeah, I think Peter Jackson, I'm talking to you, Peter, just go out there and be brave. Just because this movie flopped, you made a very good movie. You can make a whole set of movies. There are things called trilogies, and you should just fucking find a property no one gives a fucking shit about.
Yep.
Not Game of Thrones, because that's insanely popular.
But like, try and do that. Do a medieval sort of
with swords,
with swords
magic.
and dragons and magic and stuff. Like, that would be cool. Try and find that.
And you know what? Let's do fucking representation. Let's have giants and little people as well.
Yeah.
And some humans in that, and horses.
Mm-hmm.
And
do that same thing you did with perspective in King Kong.
King Kong.
Like, remember when you were doing all that work with perspective? That was...
I think it kind of destroys that he has a franchise if he had King Kong,
But like, that was a
Back to the
one-off
news.
for him. That was like a
he just
do
did
it
that
for
as a
the
favor.
do it for the fans.
Do it for them, yeah. One for them, one for you.
Yeah, he never made another one, right?
Yeah, that's true. He just
So like, he needs a saga that he can focus on.
yeah, saga. That's good, but not Star Wars. Star Wars has already been done. Just something, I don't know, with like a rich background of history that you can just read hours into and still like scratch the surface.
Yeah,
But yeah, Peter, we're waiting.
it's all on you.
It's all on you. Somewhere in Auckland. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Friend.
But he gets up and he's like, wait, I did Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Wait, so something during the podcast that I didn't touch on, because we've ended the podcast now. So hello everyone, we're a bit more loosey goosey.
It's a big hand.
Is Peter Jackson actually from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's Kiwi.
I was joking about that at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was just funny to say he was from New Zealand because he filmed in New Zealand.
He's a very famous New Zealand. He lives in Auckland.
I had no fucking idea.
Frank, I'm going to send him the script for Lord of the Rings.
I even saw a fact about the movie last night that it was filmed in New Zealand. And so I was like, was he just like on like looking for places? Like, I was fucking blew my mind. That was so funny. But this is that, I remember, like, I read it. It was about Michael J. Fox being in New Zealand, being like, this is the last movie he wanted to film out of his country, away from his family and stuff. Yeah. He said it was too much for him.
Yeah. Also,
And it was.
Yeah. It's raining all the time, and there's like these brands that I recognize, but they're bastardized. It's weird.
Yep. Oh, man. What do you mean? How did you not know it was filmed in New Zealand? No, it was filmed in New Zealand. I didn't know Peter Jackson was from New Zealand. Unless you're saying, what do you mean? How did you not know?
Where do you think Hobbiton is?
I know where Hobbiton is.
In Middle Earth, you
Everyone
dumb
was
fuck.
explaining that. Like, that's what I was trying to explain, is that, like, I know that he was on, like, I know that he films there, and that's why I made the joke that he was from New Zealand.
Duh.
But what I'm trying to say is I didn't know that he was actually from New Zealand. Like, a lot of directors and stuff will be like, I really like this location, I'm going to go film here, even though I don't live here. Like, that happens. But I know that Middle Earth is in New Zealand. That's why I made the joke. Also, if you didn't get the joke, we were pretending like Peter Jackson didn't make Lord of the Rings as well. So if you need that as an explanation as well, Adam, I can.
Because there's the bit I just did where he's like, "Friend, send him the Lord of the Rings scripts.
Yeah.
I prove I made him. Send him the Blu-rays."
Yeah, so you, just in case we were making a joke, we were looking over like one of the major things he's done, because this movie that we were doing was right before Lord of the Rings.
And to actually answer your question, Adam, when the stingray flew over my friends, I wasn't actually scared because I'm an adult. I was playing it up.
Sorry, I was watching Big Bang Theory. Simple. All right, well, that was great.
What the fuck?
What a guy.
Is Big W? No, that's CBS. Big Bang Theory, because I thought maybe that could be the
CBS, baby! CBS, baby! But yes, thank you everyone for dropping by. It was great.
More like Cassie was watching Big Bang Theory, and you were just like half. Yeah, I gotta watch the podcast.
No, she's watching The Good Doctor. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's funny. Is that CW? No,
What is The Good? It's on Netflix. I know
NBC, I think.
that.
Or
Yeah, yes, it is an NBC. You're right.
Yeah.
Bye, Adam.
Bye.
Is that what the peace sign means? Because we're going to
Live long and prosper.
that
Peace
was
and
great.
long life.
We're gonna go and release this podcast into the wild.
Release me.
Release Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Bye, Shavir. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
dropping by.
Mwah.
We really appreciate your input. It was been really helpful and useful.
Thank you.
And we love seeing people come by.
And come back as well.
Release the sex scene with Batman and Catwoman.
Release the going down cut.
Oh wait,
Release the going down cut.